for Spider Day. I'm really excited. This is an awesome charitable event being done by Critical Bits, and essentially what they've done is they've got a 35-person podcast, which is this enormous pass-the-stick role-playing event, and importantly, it's giving to charity with all of its proceeds. So, as one of the players in that event, the incredible Aguifer, I thought it would be fun to make a little video to kind of supplement Spider Day. This is going to be kind of a quick one. It might be a little rougher than some of the rest of my edits because it is 2:14 right now and I want to tune into the stream at 3 p.m. So what I want to do real quick is basically go through every playbook and explain how the abilities could be used to be spider themed. Now, a lot of people look at the abilities in masks and say, well, that's not fair. I want to play the powers that I want to play. And this is essentially one of my ways to demonstrate that you can do that. You can have a concept coming in and play that concept in masks. It's going to be real quick, to the point, cut, and we'll be done. All right, let's jump in. The beacon chooses two abilities. One of those is bow and trick arrows, and one of those is camouflage. You take those two, you're a trap spider. You've got your bow arrow that shoots webs, and you're all set. The bull is superhumanly strong, incredibly tough, and has innate abilities for fighting. That just sounds like a big ol' spider. You've got 8 legs, and you're punching and hitting everything. Done. For the delinquent, take illusions and psychic weapons. You've got the ability to make these weird spidery webs that fill and block everything, and you've got the ability to make them more solid and get like some psychic poisons going on. Perfect. You're a spider. The Doomed gets up to 3 powers, but it really only needs 2 of them. You've got Vitality Absorption and Body Transformation. So you can grow your big spider fangs and then suck out people's powers using your spider fang abilities. Also, that gives you some, like, poisony things, potentially, and I feel like this is, like, an obvious spider. And, I don't know, be magic, too, because magic spiders, why not? The Janus actually literally gets web creation, so that plus anything, and you're a spider. The Legacy is actually one of the harder ones. I would go with Athletic Perfection, Holmesian Deduction, Gadgetry Imitation, Fearsome Reputation, and you're going to pick 2 of those you don't have. I don't think that a spider necessarily needs Holmesian Deduction or Intimidation, but if your gadgets are all spider-themed, and your fearsome reputation is that everyone's afraid of spiders, perfect, done. The Legacy even can have an animal insignia, so that's kind of perfect also. For the Nova, there's a couple different options. I would probably go with Biokinesis and have control of spiders, maybe be able to grow some spidery parts, be able to summon spiders to you, and just control all of the spidery mass in the world. There's so many spiders. Take advantage of that. The Outsider has a couple of choices. First off, you've got a weird, otherworldly look, which, needless to say, could be a spider. I think you can have a lot of fun with stunning beauty or pheromones and be kind of like that seductive spider archetype. Alternately, radical shapeshifting allows you to do big, furry, scary legs. Alternately, you could do density control because your entire body is made out of spiders, and so you're able to control how dense you are by packing the spiders closer or further apart. For the Protege, you want to take Intimidation and Fear for your shared power that both you and your spider captain both have. Then split the difference on Stealth and Elemental Control. Your element in this case is webs, and the incredible fighting skills makes you have like your spidery jumping movement things. Probably want to specialize in Freak or Danger. For the Transformed, you're going to want to look like a giant spider. Choosing Impenetrable Armor is a good way to have that weird spidery skin stuff that's like all like furry. And probably superhuman senses could be used to like lay webs down everywhere and tell those vibrations. That's the core playbooks. Let's keep going. The Reformed, Poison, Venom, or Acid Control. Duh? You're done? You're a spider. That or Vitality Absorption. That also works. But I feel like the Venom, that's the one you want. The Newborn is maybe a weird one. I'm going to recommend Elemental Form and Super Durability and Strength. You've got a giant spider form you turn into, and that's really neat. I feel like a giant spider made out of like shadow neurons is like a really good way to go. The Innocent, your current self is stuck in giant spider form. You have shape-shifting abilities. And so that's perfect. They're just a giant spider. you can turn into a spider. For the star, you're going to want to go with strange wings. What, Brendan? Strange wings? Yeah, because there's some spiders that can make like these weird nets out of their webbing that allows them to fly, and if that's not strange wings, I don't know what is. For the joined, you get the powers of your twins, so just convince your twin to have spider powers. Sorry, that one's not super exciting. For the brain, you get a whole lot of different like kind of miniature powers, like little things that you can suddenly pull out, but I think that a size-changing device allows you to shrink down to the size of a spider, which is pretty neat, and prosthetic self-altering limbs could be really good for like a Doc Ock sort of look. So either of those will put you into spider mode really quickly. For the soldier, ideally you'll want to work for an organization that is spider-themed. Remember that that's a pretty easy hack to do, but even if you're stuck at Aegis, there's still things that you can work with. You're getting two. A signature weapon could be used for some web slingers. Augmented or mechanical limbs lets you do a Doc Ock sort of feel, and an alternate or monstrous form could allow you to like Hulk out into a spider being. For me, I'd want the web slingers and the augmented mechanical limbs kind of go for like an Iron Spider, Superior Spider-Man feel. The Arbinger is maybe a little funky. I would go with optimized biology because spiders are just universally physically better than humans are, and so by tapping into that, you've gained that biology. Maybe a couple of extra arms. That feels optimized to me. Alternately, you could get those futuristic gadgets and implants, but I feel like, oh no, super speed! Yeah, you know how spiders like suddenly like, and they like move super quickly? That's what you want to go with. I didn't expect the Nomad to be one of the harder ones, but it's actually kind of cool to have something that's a little bit of a challenge. Most of these have been super easy. You're going to have two choices, so I'd go with the Cloaking Rig in order to do like a hunting spider kind of thing, and the Rift Generator in order to make holes to the dimension of infinite spiders. In the same way that Cyclops' Psyblasts are done using holes to the energy realm, you're essentially doing the same thing, but instead of lasers, it's tons and tons of spiders. The Scion has like 1 billion different abilities, so there's a lot of different ways you can go with it. A powerful weapon or gadget could be used to have like a big spider suit that I think could be kind of fun. Magical aptitude could summon like spider spirits that attack people. That's maybe what I would go with, and have someone who's like, have someone who your villain is also spidery, but you have kind of like the more magical side of things. They're connected to like the idea of spiders, and you are built from the spirit of spiders. So that's all of the official playbooks. I'm going to hit a couple additional ones that were in the fan favorite zine, just because I've got it right here in the same place, so I may as well. For the Ascendant, I would go with... For the Ascendant, you have something makes you better. That something is that you are a spider. And the power that you have, I would probably take Animal Totem. It's kind of an obvious one. You have all of the abilities of a spider. And so you can like do everything that a spider would be able to do. The last playbook I'm going to do is the Enduring. It's also from the fan favorite. For this one, you are someone who has lost your powers. I would go with a protective suit, which is essentially a spider suit that covers your entire body, kind of Iron Spider-like. That gives you like some cool wings. That gives you some cool gadgets and legs and everything like that. Additionally, I would have access to specialized equipment and go with like some like little spider vials or spider webs, things like that. Oh, you get 3 of them. Then also take the fearsome reputation, of course, and maybe a hideout to keep on trap spidering. Or, I guess with a hideout, you could even have a web. Have a hideout. Call it the web. There you go. So why did I make this video? It's definitely a lot looser, a lot more frenetic, and a lot weirder than my normal other videos. The reason I made it is because the criticism that you can't choose your own abilities in Masks is a really silly one. For almost all of the abilities, you can find a way to work things around, and you're supposed to. The prompts that it gives are a starting point, and from there you work forward and build something new that fits the concept that you want to play. It's an elegant system that tells you essentially what sort of power level or feel you should be going for, while giving you plenty of space to stretch your 8 legs. I'm also doing this because Spider Day is supporting a great cause. If you go to spiderday.com, you can learn more about it, but the proceeds that come from the streaming events that are happening all this weekend and from the shirts that are sold all go to Covenant House, Georgia. Covenant House is a shelter that helps a lot of really disadvantaged youth that really could use the help. By joining in some of these Spider Day activities, you can be helping homeless and disadvantaged teenagers in a really serious way. And with all of the joy that our own misfit teens give us, this is a fantastic charity, and it's one that's well worth giving to. You can make a significant difference just by that. I'm going to be I have already ordered my Spider Day shirt that I'm really excited to be getting. I unfortunately didn't have it for the stream, otherwise you'd have seen me tank topping it. It's one of those like charity run t-shirts that's all themed around the giant spider that attacked the world of Critical Bits. In any case, it is 2:30 and I've got to run because in half an hour I need to be listening to the stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is helpful for you in your game, or at least that it was an entertaining little diversion. Until we meet again, keep being a force for good in a world that hates and fears you. And hates and fears spiders. Later, folks.